Look out for this unusual looking pot of dolphins. They have the rarest pink skin in the world. People who look at them can't help but be attracted to them, but the more beautiful something is, the more dangerous it is. The locals call them demon spirits, because once you look them in the eye, will fall into an inescapable nightmare. In the Amazon jungle full of mystery and danger, legend in the Amazon forest has a magic tree. There is a red flower called the Tree of Life. The Tree of Life can depend on the flesh and bones of the living to break all curses. Centuries ago, countless adventurers went missing looking for it. When the adventurers in despair are about to be annihilated, then the locals showed up to save them, and used the flowers of the Tree of Life to heal wounds. The legendary Tree of Life really exists. The important clue is hidden in the patriarch's chest pocket. Adventurer to get the key. Kill the entire tribe in anger. The patriarch before he left cast a curse spell. The adventurer was locked up in the Amazon jungle forever. The patriarch's daughter luckily escaped. Time lapse. 400 years later, this key has fallen into the hands of a scientist named Lily. Plus she gets a treasure map. Lily takes her brother McGregor to the Amazon, searching for the legendary Tree of Life. Frank, an experienced captain, becomes their guide. The weather was very nice that day. It's a good day to go on an expedition, but a submarine suddenly jumped out of the water, break their peaceful time. It turns out that the one who wanted the Tree of Life wasn't just Lily's entire expedition team, but there's also the German noble, Joachim. Joachim turned the gun towards Lily's boat. Frank's boat has no resistance, had to change direction to reduce damage. It seems like Joachim is tired of cat and mouse game. Launch torpedo. Saw Frank's boat about to explode. Crucial moment. Frank is not afraid. Let the boat jump on the wooden house. Out of danger. As for Joachim, rope stuck in propeller. The submarine crashed into the dock. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Frank's expedition team ran away. The whole group went to dusk. Frank just stopped to rest, put on a cool show for Lily. A mouse fell down with the sound of a gun. Pick up the mouse and throw it into the water. In an instant, the surface of the water was full of foam. Frank picked it up with the net. This fish place is their dinner tonight. During dinner, Frank accidentally saw Lily's key. Make Lily be on guard, and Joachim found the cursed adventurer. Drop a few drops of river water on them. A snake suddenly jumped out of the ground, biting to death Joachim's soldier. Joachim offers to cooperate. Just meet the adventurer to help him get the key. After finding the Tree of Life will help the adventurer. The green snake nodded when he heard that. Then there was an explosion. River water flows fast. Cool this dry cave. This is the poison needle of the Amazon tribe. It can make a large elephant pass out in seconds. The people of this race look very aggressive. They cook something unknown. Lily and her party were taken to meet the leader. The leader ordered them to hand over the key, otherwise it will throw them in the pot. But Lily didn't follow through. She found a chance to untie the ropes, challenge this race of people. But suddenly the other party laughed loudly. Turns out they were the actors Frank hired, just a bunch of honest natives. Lily asked those aborigines to translate the words on the key. Information about an underwater palace. But when the palace rose to the surface, we'll find the Tree of Life. Its location is the snake's head in the map. Lily finds out that Frank is a scammer. Prepare to leave Frank alone on the road. At this time, some weird people rushed over. They are the cursed adventurers. Adventurers all contain snake venom. Even the thrown dart turns into a real snake. His comrades were also turned into tree roots. The whole person is covered in mud, with a person full of bees. After a dramatic match, the adventurer stole the key. When he was about to retreat, Frank got in the way. The two continued to have a match. The adventurer stabbed a sword into Frank's chest. The snake on the adventurer's body constantly challenged him. Angry Frank took the sword and stabbed it deeper. By the way, steal the key. When falling below, he threw the key to Lily. The leader told Lily to take the key and run away. It's safe to just leave the river water. Sure enough, to a certain distance, the adventurer and all his comrades were bound by the forest and couldn't be chased anymore. At this moment, Lily finds out that Frank is still alive, but her brother was scared out of fear. It turned out that Frank was stabbed through the heart by the sword. This is not a human ability. Lily is aware of stepping back. Frank then explained, actually he lived 400 years old. He was also a member of the expedition team that year, also under the curse of not being able to leave the Amazon River. That year when he stopped the adventurer, but failed, finally locked them in a cave. Because Gregor's leg was injured, can't continue taking risks with Lily. They had to split into two ways. Frank and Lily go to the next destination, the underwater palace. McGregor and the aborigines return to the village to heal. When two people rowboat in the sunset. Didn't realize they fell into the devil's trap. The boat stopped on Joachim's submarine. Joachim enthusiastically invited them to have dinner together. Aboriginal people jumped into the water and ran away, leaving only McGregor to face Joachim. Apparently Joachim has no patience. McGregor honestly tells the location of the palace. Joachim's army is ready for a decisive battle at the final destination. Frank came first and went down. Find the entrance to the palace. But the entrance is too narrow. His body can't get inside. Frank convinces Lily to help her in the water. Lily, with no experience, stepped on the starter. She was locked inside. Lily stepped on the starter. Just locked inside. There is no exit. If in 3 minutes can't find the exit, Lily will die without oxygen. Frank intends to kiss Lily to give oxygen, but was pushed away by her. Frank explained, it's just pure oxygen, that doesn't mean anything else. After getting oxygen, Lily quickly found a way out of there, but tried a few times, still not working, and let go of the cannibal fish. Frank was surrounded by cannibals. Lily can't breathe anymore. Maybe she's about to suffocate. Finally, she used all her strength to open the exit. Lily was also brought out of the water. A huge palace rises. Two people hugging each other happily. At this point McGregor brought Joachim. Frank and Lily were forced to enter the palace. An ancient tree caught their eye. But this tree seems to be dead. Joachim takes McGregor hostage. Let Frank and Lily revive the tree of life. When the light shines on, the tree of life is full of life. Like a miracle, the tree is full of flowers. Joachim and his minions are amazed at this. Lily pretended to have a conflict with Frank. Shooting kills Frank. In fact, let Frank come and save McGregor. When the light fades away, the tree of life is also gloomy. Joachim ordered his minions to pick flowers, but was stopped by Lily. Before the sentence of life disappeared, Lily picked the last flower. It was at this moment that the adventure appeared. Lily threw the flower to Frank. They changed their target and chased after Frank. Frank led McGregor ashore, driving a boat alone to lure adventurers. Joachim refused to fail. Want to duel with McGregor. The adventurer caught Frank, thought that the flower of the tree of life had fallen into my hands. Unexpectedly, they got into trap, so Frank secretly changed the flower. With a loud bang, the wall of the palace fell down. River water flows fast. The curse begins to take effect. Included Frank. They were locked inside the wall one by one. Lily, seeing Frank turn into a wall, is heartbreaking. She took the flower and put it on Frank's mouth, but the rock didn't change at all. Lily touched Frank's face and left sadly. It was at this moment that Frank miraculously came back to life. Two people embracing each other. The tree of life broke Frank's words. He left the Amazon, with Lily to London. Since then, the two are happy together. This movie has many details similar to Pirates of the Caribbean and Mummy. Thanks to the light and playful adventure scene, Green Forest Exploration is still considered a good movie. If you like, you can check it out.